This video is brought to you by Bookmark.com. Bookmark's a free website builder where you can create a professional-looking website with hosting in just a couple minutes by answering 7 simple questions. Bookmark's AI engine, Ada, literally builds your website right in front of your face in less than 2 minutes, and you can edit virtually every aspect of the page once it's complete. You can also upgrade to connect your existing domain and create an online store with e-commerce integration. It's awesome. Click the link in the description below or check them out at Bookmark.com. Yo, I'm Brian P. You're watching Bad Seed Tech, and today we're taking a look at the One-Two Mini 60% mechanical gaming keyboard from Ducky. Now, this is my first 60% board. I've always liked the idea of it, but I've never thought it was very practical for what I do, which is a lot of video editing. Lately, though, with the dual PC setup, I've had 2 keyboards on my desk all the time, so I thought it'd be an excellent way to reclaim some real estate. The first things first, the pictures really do not do this thing justice. It's really hard to understand exactly how small this thing is until you have it in your hand. The other thing that jumped out at me immediately is just how heavy it is for the size. It's 302 millimeters long by 108 millimeters deep, and it weighs about 582 grams on my scale. You get a 10-key sample of colored keycaps. These are double-shot PBT, but they don't have any pass-through for the lighting. And you can't pick your color, they just throw in a random one. Purple, in my case. Mine came with an optional spacebar as well. It's the Year of the Dog spacebar. I think these are shipping out with all the One-Two Minis right now. It does allow pass-through for backlight. It's unique for sure, not exactly my style. You also get a keycap puller, a thin dust cover, and a manual, which you will need because this thing is not only stacked with multiple function key presses, it's got some hidden features in there as well. We'll dig into that a little more in a bit. It does connect via USB-C. It is a detachable cable. It's not too thick, not too thin, and it's not braided. It is rubberized. You get a nice little Velcro loop at the end there that's branded with Ducky. The exterior of the body is all plastic with what feels like a steel base plate inside. The lower portion of the plastic is glossy white, and it does fingerprint easily. You also get 4 rubber pads down there, as well as feet that have 2 different levels of adjustment for incline. The top of the plastic frame here is the only part that feels a little less than premium. It's such a thin bezel, you're not going to be interacting with it a lot, but there is some very noticeable and noisy flex should you push in on the sides. The keycaps here are seamless double-shot PBT plastic with laser etching for the side legends. The font here is pretty neutral, nothing too crazy, and it does use a standard bottom row so you can use custom keycaps to your heart's content. You can also move the location of the function button around using dip switches on the underside of the board. In day-to-day use, lack of arrow keys was probably the biggest adjustment for me. They can be accessed via a combination of a button press and the function key, as can pretty much everything. All of your profiles, lighting, macros, media keys, Windows lock, whatever, are all controlled by function and a key press, or function alt and a key press, so you will have to keep that manual handy in the short term. There's even some games baked right into the board. There's also mouse control baked in here. You also get recording and execution of macros. There's 6 different profiles, 2 custom lighting layers, and all the RGB and lighting effects are all controlled on the board as well. This means no additional software, which I'm always a big fan of. Lighting's a combination of per key and 9 different base RGB effects, and because the key bed is that same glossy white plastic, it reflects the light back out, kind of like we saw on early Razer models for keyboards. It makes it have a really saturated lighting effect. It looks really solid, though the all-white mode does have a slight tint of pink to it. One aspect I really like of the lighting here is that your per key lighting is handled in 1 or 2 different custom layers. So if you have a habit of highlighting certain keys, like your WASD keys, that sits on a layer that sits on top of your base RGB effect, and that can be toggled on and off whenever you want to. It's really sharp the way they handle this. I love it. Switches come in your choice of 6 different Cherry MX flavors, so you get red, silver, brown, blue, black, and red silent, which is a $5 upcharge. Much to the dismay of my buddies, I actually ordered this in red silent because this keyboard sits directly under my streaming mic, and I'd never used these switches before. In practice, it is far and away the quietest keyboard I own. Typing on this thing feels great, and naturally it's got in-key rollover and 1000 hertz polling rate. As for gaming, it feels fantastic. I can totally understand why this board is so popular right now. Its small size means you can arrange this thing on your desk pretty much however you want it and make plenty of room for mouse surface. This thing plus a large desk mat surface is a pretty lethal combo. You can angle this thing in a way where you can still get your elbow up on the desk for support without hanging off the edge of the desk or encroaching onto your mouse surface at all. Now on my board, I opted for some rubberized textured WASD keys so I can find them a little better. So this board retails for $99, and for me it's an absolute absolute steal for the level of quality that you get here. I owned this thing for about 24 hours before I turned right around and pre-ordered another one with MX Browns. So this is a retail sample. Nobody sent this out. You can get one for yourself from mechanicalkeyboards.com if you're in the US or from candykeys.com if you're in the UK. Heads up, these are always sold out. Take my advice, just pay your money, get on the pre-order list, and wait it out. It's worth it. These are insanely popular right now thanks to big Fortnite streamers, so it's going to be a while before you can just jump on the website and just straight up order one. I love this board. I've never used one of the AM Pros, which was arguably like the most popular 60% board prior to this, but unless somebody just sends one out for review, it's not likely I ever will. This thing's just so quality. So this is my first Ducky board, but it sure won't be my last. And I think I'm planning something pretty huge for you guys, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. You are not going to want to miss the announcement video for this one over the next couple weeks. I promise. There are very few products I review that I'll say this about, but if you're considering buying this board, just buy it. Do it. I don't even have an affiliate link or anything. I get literally nothing by telling you to buy this board. It's just that good. If you have any questions about it at all, just let me know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer those for you. And that's it for this time. I'm Brian P. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that sub button, and until next time, stay up. This is for the guy that thought I was recording in front of a green screen. Look, dude. Look, it's real. I can touch stuff and move it around. It's not a green screen. Idiot.